What's up guys, Steven Spikes at Spike Signal here, and today we're going to pick up right where we left off on analyzing Speak by Godsmack. We're going to be getting into the chorus as well as the interlude, and learn how to use subtle rhythmic techniques to add ear candy in our songwriting. All that's coming up right now on Spike Signal. So if you want to follow along during our analysis, you can pull up the score that we're going to be using here on my MuseScore page. You'll find a link to that in the description. The chorus in this song is a 2-measure riff that's repeated continually. Unlike the last section of the song, from what I can tell, there's actually no variation whatsoever in rhythmic nuances, articulations, or anything like that to differentiate the repeats. But in this context, that's significantly less relevant, given the fact that, while being present in the mix, the rhythm of the guitar and bass take a very supplemental role behind the vocals within the actual song. It's hard to describe, but to me, the variation that would come from changing up the rhythm slightly, or adding palm mutes here or there, ends up becoming less necessary in a sort of aesthetic sense. Hope that makes some kind of sense. Looking within the two unique measures of the chorus, you can see that there are instances of 16th notes being tied across the on-beat here or there, giving these lines as a whole a cool offbeat feel. Additionally, the chords either change on the E or A of each respective beat, which also leads to a very cool groove. Melodically speaking, in the first unique measure of the chorus, they hang out on the 5 of G minor, which is D minor, the chord associated with the Phrygian scale in this key, though it's not using the flat 2 here. In order to add some variation, the perfect fifth power chord is adjusted to a root flat 6 chord partway through the measure that makes things sound somewhat different while at the same time being functionally similar to the perfect fifth power chord. In the second unique measure, this D minor descends to C minor, which is the 4 of G minor, before finally descending to the B flat major, which is actually the relative major of G minor, though it doesn't sound very major here admittedly. This passage is repeated 4 times in the first chorus and then 8 times in choruses 1 and 2 respectively. Next we'll talk about the interlude. This passage plays individual notes of power chords in a rather specific fashion. The rhythm comprised primarily of dotted 8th notes give a feeling that can only be described as longing to me anyways, which is a nice transition and build up to the solo. Notes within these power chords are allowed to ring out. The dotted 8th note passages are segmented into 3 full beats per measure, before speeding up just a little bit with regular 8th notes that utilize a slur to break up the monotony. The measure right before the solo has some cool chords and drum stabs that build tension heavily as the chords move from the inverted 4 power chords to an inverted flat 6 power chord. I think I'll stop here for now because I'm gonna want to spend some serious time talking about the solo and don't want to rush it. A video that focuses exclusively on the solo will be next up, followed by one that talks about the rest of the song and sort of ties everything together that we've discussed thus far. If y'all wouldn't mind liking the video and subscribing to my channel, I'd really appreciate it. More importantly, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this part of the analysis. Was anything missed? And what did you find most interesting? I hope you found all of this cool, and I'll see you right here next time on Spike Signal. Thank you.